In this bag, I've got the brand new PXG secret weapon. Apparently, this is the best mini driver ever made, period. You know what PXG are like. First off, I've got to compliment how good this head cover is. And it's got a bit of technology in it that I've never seen before. I'll come on to that in a minute. First off, black, really sleek. The skeleton here on the front with number 26. I think what the number 26 is for. PXG have used that number before, I'm sure. And it's got like a symbol on the front. PXG secret weapon. I'll come on to the secret technology in there in a minute. But underneath we have the brand new PXG Mini driver. You've got to give it to PXG. They do make clean looking clubs. And I've not reviewed PXG for a long time now on the channel. When they first hit the scene, what we're talking now, 5 or 6 years ago, they were the talk of the town. Everything was super expensive. And then over the kind of last few years, they've kind of gone very much the opposite way. Almost felt like it became a bit of a budget brand. I don't know where they sit now, I'll be honest with you, but the price of this is £429. That's pricey for a mini driver. Kind of sits where your Callaway, TaylorMade, etc. will be with a mini driver. Apparently, the specs on it is it not only looks epic, but it also sounds epic. PXG are offering a high-strength, ultra-thin titanium face to help maximise ball speed. Again, we see that a lot in driver technology. It has a really deep face to optimise performance off a tee. Now, I can imagine that off the tee, but a mini driver is also to be used off the floor. I wonder if that deeper face makes it harder to hit off the floor. We'll find out in this review. And there's 4 adjustable weights. There's 2 15-gram weights and 2 2.5-gram weights. So you can configure them however you wish. I've currently got, well, that's weird, you can't see. Could I have a wrench, please? Wrench, doctor. Wrench. Thank you. There is slight differences. These ones on the toe and the heel have these kind of little black spots in them, and they are, I'm going to guess they're the 15-gram weights. Yeah, they are. So the ones with little black kind of circles that are painted in are the 15-gram weights, and then the ones, please go back in nicely. Please go back in nicely. Thank you. I'm guessing then the ones that are not painted black are the 2.5-gram weights. I'll just check. Yeah, I mean, there's hardly anything on that, a 2.5-gram weight. So the way I've got it configured at the moment, I've got the toe in the extreme heel and the extreme toe. So I'm guessing that's giving me the most stable setting. So off-centered hits, that should give me the best kind of chance of hitting a good one. So you can go up and down degrees by 1.5 up and 1.5 down. So I've got this in 13 degrees, so it can go down to 11.5 and up to 14.5. Right, let's give this a rip. I'm gonna go off the tee first. I don't know what to expect from this, kind of 13 degrees. I think anything in the high 260s to low 270s carry distance would be a real result for this PXG secret weapon. That's teed up a little bit higher than I'd like, but I think that will work. Right, okay. I'm excited. It looks great behind the ball. Kind of a glossy carbon crown, but looks fantastic. Oh, that felt really, really good. I feel that's gone a long way. Wow. Wow. 272 carry, 155 miles per hour ball speed, 106 miles per hour club head speed. What was the spin rate? Just over 2,200. Oh yeah, that's nice. And I've just put the flag at 300. I feel like this type of club is for these kind of short par 4s. You've got to try and find a straight one. I feel like this should be absolutely perfect for this distance. That first shot felt really nice. Oh, that's gorgeous. Look at that flight. No, I don't think it's going to go quite as far, but not bad. You know, 280 down the middle of the fairway, we'd take that. Really nice. That was maybe a little bit more bottomed. I'm going to do one more and I'm going to tell you a bit more about the secret technology within the head cover, which I think it's simple, but it's very, very cool. Oh, I pushed it, but that's not terrible. I think that's, again, the bonus of just that little bit of extra loft. Like for a driver shot, I could tell I came into that a little bit on the inside and a little bit open. I feel like for a driver shot, we'd have seen that go even further right. Slightly more loft, slightly less length of club, slightly less club head speed. Okay, so going back to this head cover, I'm going to talk about this quickly. First off, I actually do remember now, I've just looked it up about this 26 in the skull. Bob Parson, who created PXG, Parsons Extreme Golf is what PXG stands for. He actually used to be in the military, and the number 26, he was in the number 26 regiment of the United States Marine Corps during the Vietnam War. You know, I think that's kind of 26 in the skull commemorates obviously his time in the Marine Corps. That's not the only cool thing about this head cover. Just here on the back, there's just a little circle, a little indentation. If I do this, just rest it up against this metal part of the golf bag. Head cover's magnetic. It's actually magnetic. If I grab an iron, look at this, got my iron out. I know it's the little things, but that is clever. Like the amount of time, certainly when you play in the United States or anywhere around the world, like if you're playing a golf buggy or a golf cart, as the Americans call it, like having that, so it doesn't get lost, it doesn't go walkies. I really like that a lot. I think every single head cover should have that. Okay, let's just hit a couple more off the tee and I'm going to go off the floor after that. A little bit pulley. Oh, it just leads a little bit right. Bad. It's knocking on the door of 280 yards. Kind of what I'd pretty much expect, to be honest. Not any better than that. It's not quite getting me to 300 yards, but I can't be too disappointed. That's a really nice golf shot. It's a fairway finder. Okay, I'm going to hit some off the floor. This is where I was quite comfortable off the tee, just that little tee. It is quite a deep-faced wood. Yeah, I just don't know off the floor. I mean, I'll be able to hit it. It just doesn't absolutely fill me with confidence. I feel like I'd need a little fluffy lie. Yeah, like just in the semi-rough, I'd be spot on for this. Let's see how it flies off the floor anyway. Oh, yeah. It's done all right. I mean, considering I nearly topped that, that's done okay. Okay, I need to do a little bit better than that. That was the launch angle on that was 6 degrees. That came out. That would have broken someone's ankle. It kind of came out and actually worked. You know, it did everything it could do to get down there. Again, a little bit of a bottom strike. Let me just try something here. I'm not one for really trying to hit down massively on my fairway woods. Let's just, if I did just hit down a little bit more, let's just see how it flies. I feel like to get to the sweet spot, you kind of got to be hitting down a little bit more. Oh, I fatted it that time. I think it's a bit too deep to hit off the floor. It's my kind of take on this. It just, and again, I think it's the look as well, like with this kind of blacked out finish. It kind of makes me, it's not defined very well, the face. It kind of all blends into one. Let me just try it again. Come on, there's 13 degrees, lots of loft on this. It's just very difficult club to hit off the floor. I mean, that was really, really bad. Come on, let's do a better one. It's definitely something to consider. Like when you're trying a mini driver or you're buying a mini driver, you've got to think about where your kind of limits might sit, or you know, it might be great off the tee, but then very difficult to hit off the floor as we're experiencing here. Some of the other mini drivers I've actually found a bit easier to hit off the floor. A lot of this to me is actually visual. Like a lot of this for me is like, it's not a visually looking, a nice wood to hit off the floor. I think because it's so kind of blacked out and dark, it almost just looks like a one mass. I can't, even if the grooves, sounds daft, even if the grooves were white and you could see a bit of that club face, I feel like it'd give you a lot more confidence. Right, imagine the grooves are white. There we go. Got to trick your mind a little bit sometimes. I like it a lot off the tee. I don't love it off the floor. It's a secret weapon off the tee. It could be just a complete disaster off the floor. Let's have a look at some numbers. Okay, so off the tee, and let's go off those numbers predominantly. Impressive. Like I said, kind of 260s, high 260s. On average, that was 262 off the floor. I do feel like it's got a little bit more punch than that. I feel like if I was to really dial this in and get fully familiar with this, I'd be probably knocking on the door nearest to 270, which is nothing to be sniffed at. I just didn't find it to be super straight. I found that the ones that leaked off right didn't go as far right, but I could still turn it left. And I experienced that with 3-woods. Like for 3-woods, for me, they're not the straightest club to hit. I weirdly kind of hit driver straighter. Sometimes though, with that kind of 3-wood, the smaller head, a little bit more loft, in theory, for most golfers, it will create a little bit more backspin. As you see there, 3,000 backspin. It should, in theory, keep the ball straighter. It's just off-centered hits can kind of make the club twist a little bit more, send it offline. Great ball speed, 157.5 miles per hour, like really solid. Off the floor, I don't feel like this is a true reflection. Like on average, it carried 204 yards. As you saw in there was an awful lot of shots, some really bad ones. There's actually one horrendous one. Let me just take that one horrendous one out. So like, I took that real terrible shot out. We see on average 234 carry distance. It's just a very deep face, super deep and just hard to hit off the floor. We can actually see dispersion a little bit here as well. Dispersion off the floor was actually quite good, even though I didn't hit it great. You can see the dispersion on the red ring there, how right and left it can kind of become. But actually front to back, it was pretty solid. Like there was no real weak distance shots, but there was no massive distances. So I feel like if you were to say, right, make sure this club goes definitely 260 odd, and you know, within somewhat of vicinity, so you're not going to hit out of bounds, I feel pretty confident hitting that. I just don't think it's always going to find the fairway. Guys, thanks for watching. I think it's a very good club, I do. I think it looks great. I think it's a cool story, cool name, amazing head cover. And it's kind of nice to see PXG, hopefully, understanding where their identity is in the golf world. Good product, not for everybody, and somewhat quite pricey, but solid nevertheless. See you next time.